Welcome back, everyone. Today, we embark on a fascinating journey of exploring philosophy. Have you ever wondered how different schools of thought can help us navigate the complexities of life? Well, in this video, we're going to compare Stoicism, one of the most practical and influential philosophies, to other schools of philosophy. So grab your metaphorical thinking caps and let's dive in. Before we begin, let me share an inspiring anecdote about Marcus Aurelius, one of the most famous Stoic philosophers. Aurelius was a Roman emperor known for his wise and measured leadership. During a particularly challenging military campaign, he found himself facing a severe shortage of supplies. Instead of losing hope or succumbing to despair, Aurelius turned to Stoicism for guidance. He reminded himself that external circumstances are beyond his control, but his response to them is within his power. With this mindset, he led his troops with resilience, ultimately overcoming the challenge they faced. This story demonstrates the practicality and strength of Stoicism, which we'll explore further. Let's begin by examining Stoicism's core tenets and contrasting them with other philosophical schools. Number 1. Concept of virtue. Our first point is the concept of virtue. Stoics believed that virtue is the highest good and the key to living a fulfilling life. This aligns with the teachings of Aristotelian philosophy, which emphasizes moral excellence as a means to achieve eudaimonia, or true happiness. In contrast, other philosophies may prioritize other goals, such as pleasure, hedonism, or knowledge, epistemology. However, Stoicism highlights the importance of cultivating moral character and practicing virtue as the foundation of a meaningful existence. According to the Stoic philosophy, virtue is not only a desirable quality but the highest good itself. In fact, Stoics believed that cultivating moral character and practicing virtue is the key to living a fulfilling life. To better understand this perspective, let's draw a parallel with Aristotelian philosophy. Aristotle, one of the most influential ancient Greek philosophers, also emphasized the significance of virtue. He believed that moral excellence, or what he called arete, is the means to achieve eudaimonia, often translated as true happiness or flourishing. Both Stoicism and Aristotelianism recognize the inherent value of living a virtuous life. In contrast, other philosophical schools might prioritize different goals. For example, hedonism places pleasure at the center, asserting that the pursuit of pleasure leads to a good life. Epistemology, on the other hand, focuses on the acquisition of knowledge as the ultimate aim. While these philosophies certainly have their merits, Stoicism sets itself apart by highlighting the paramount importance of cultivating moral character and practicing virtue as the foundation of a meaningful existence. Stoics believed that true happiness does not come from external circumstances, such as wealth, power, or material possessions. Instead, it arises from living in accordance with reason and moral principles. By aligning our actions and desires with virtue, we can cultivate inner peace, harmony, and a sense of purpose that transcends fleeting pleasures or worldly achievements. This emphasis on virtue as the highest good encourages individuals to reflect upon their own moral conduct and strive for moral excellence. Stoicism urges us to develop virtues such as wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. These virtues are not just abstract ideals. They are practical guidelines for living a virtuous life. By embodying these qualities, we can cultivate positive character traits and make ethical decisions in our daily lives. Research in psychology also supports the importance of virtues in fostering well-being and a meaningful life. Studies have shown that individuals who prioritize virtues such as gratitude, kindness, and compassion experience higher levels of life satisfaction and overall psychological well-being. Moreover, acts of kindness and virtuous behavior have been linked to enhanced social connections and a greater sense of purpose. In a world that often values external achievements over inner character, Stoicism's emphasis on virtue offers a powerful reminder of what truly matters. It encourages us to focus on our moral growth, to become better versions of ourselves, and to contribute positively to the world around us. Number 2. Stoic view of emotions. Our second point delves into the Stoic view of emotions. Unlike some philosophies that encourage the pursuit of emotional highs or the suppression of emotions altogether, Stoicism teaches us to cultivate emotional resilience. Stoics believe that our emotions are not directly caused by external events but rather by our judgments about those events. By practicing rationality and mindfulness, we can choose how to interpret and respond to situations, leading to a more tranquil and balanced state of mind. This idea is reminiscent of cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, a modern psychological approach that aligns with Stoicism by emphasizing the power of our thoughts in shaping our emotions and behaviors. Unlike some philosophical schools that advocate the pursuit of emotional highs or the suppression of emotions altogether, Stoicism offers a unique perspective: the cultivation of emotional resilience. Stoics believe that our emotions are not directly caused by external events themselves but rather by our judgments about those events. In other words, it is not the situations we encounter that determine how we feel, but rather the way we interpret and evaluate them. This insight gives us tremendous power and control over our emotional well-being. By practicing rationality and mindfulness, we can learn to examine our thoughts and judgments more objectively. Stoicism encourages us to pause and reflect upon our initial emotional reactions, challenging any irrational or unhelpful beliefs that may arise. This process of self-reflection allows us to choose how we interpret and respond to situations, leading to a more tranquil and balanced state of mind. Interestingly, this Stoic perspective on emotions aligns with modern psychological approaches, particularly cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT. CBT emphasizes the power of our thoughts in shaping our emotions and behaviors. It recognizes that by examining and challenging our automatic thoughts and cognitive distortions, we can develop healthier emotional responses and more adaptive behaviors. Research in psychology supports the effectiveness of cognitive strategies in managing emotions. Studies have shown that individuals who practice cognitive reappraisal, a technique akin to Stoic mindfulness, experience greater emotional well-being and reduced levels of anxiety and depression. By reframing their interpretations of events, they can transform negative emotions into more positive or neutral ones. Furthermore, adopting a Stoic mindset can help us navigate challenging situations with resilience and equanimity. Stoics recognize that we have limited control over external events, but we have complete control over how we perceive and respond to them. This perspective empowers us to maintain emotional stability even in the face of adversity. By cultivating emotional resilience, Stoicism teaches us not to be swayed by the highs and lows of life but to approach circumstances with a calm and balanced demeanor. It encourages us to develop an inner strength that is not easily shaken by external circumstances. So, as we compare Stoicism to other philosophical schools, let us embrace the Stoic teachings on emotions. Let us remember that our emotional well-being is not solely dependent on external factors, but rather on the way we interpret and respond to them. By practicing rationality, mindfulness, and the power of our thoughts, we can cultivate emotional resilience and achieve a more tranquil and balanced state of mind. Number 3. Stoic perspective on adversity. Next, let's explore the Stoic perspective on adversity. Stoics recognize that life is full of challenges and setbacks, and rather than avoiding or lamenting them, they encouraged embracing obstacles as opportunities for growth. This echoes the concept of post-traumatic growth, a psychological phenomenon where individuals experience positive personal transformations following adversity. Research shows that individuals who adopt a Stoic mindset when facing difficulties tend to exhibit greater resilience, increased well-being, and a sense of meaning in their lives. Moving on to our fourth point, Stoicism emphasizes the importance of living in harmony with nature. This doesn't refer to the natural world alone but also to our own human nature. Stoics believe that aligning our desires and actions with the fundamental principles of reason and morality leads to a virtuous and fulfilling life. This aligns with Taoism, an Eastern philosophy that promotes living in harmony with the Tao, the natural way of the universe. Both Stoicism and Taoism encourage us to embrace the flow of life, accepting what we cannot control and finding tranquility in the present moment. Moving on to our fourth point, Stoicism places a strong emphasis on the importance of living in harmony with nature. This concept extends beyond just the natural world and encompasses our own human nature as well. Stoics believed that aligning our desires and actions with the fundamental principles of reason and morality leads to a virtuous and fulfilling life. Living in harmony with nature involves recognizing and accepting the inherent order and interconnectedness of the universe. Stoics viewed the universe as governed by a divine intelligence, often referred to as the Logos. They believed that everything happens according to this universal order, and our role is to align our will with it. By embracing this perspective, Stoicism encourages us to let go of excessive attachment to external outcomes and instead focus on what is within our control, our own thoughts, actions, and values. This shift in focus allows us to find tranquility and contentment in any situation, as we learn to accept and adapt to the natural flow of life. This Stoic view of living in harmony with nature finds resonance with Taoism, an Eastern philosophy. Taoism emphasizes the importance of living in accordance with the Tao, the natural way of the universe. Both Stoicism and Taoism teach us to embrace the present moment, let go of resistance, and find peace by aligning ourselves with the inherent wisdom of nature. Research in psychology has also explored the benefits of aligning our values and actions with nature or a greater sense of purpose. Studies have shown that individuals who have a strong sense of purpose, who live in accordance with their deeply held values, experience greater well-being, psychological resilience, and a greater sense of meaning in life. Additionally, Stoicism's emphasis on living in harmony with nature can guide us in making ethical choices and cultivating a sense of social responsibility. Recognizing our interconnectedness with other beings and the environment, we are inspired to act in ways that promote justice, compassion, and the well-being of all. By embracing the idea of living in harmony with nature, Stoicism invites us to transcend the ego-driven pursuit of personal gain and to consider the broader implications of our actions. It encourages us to live in a way that aligns with our highest values and contributes positively to the world around us. So, as we delve into the comparison of Stoicism with other philosophical schools, let us remember the wisdom of living in harmony with nature. Let us strive to align our desires, actions, and values with the fundamental principles of reason, morality, and the interconnectedness of all things. By doing so, we can cultivate a virtuous and fulfilling life that is in tune with the natural order of the universe. Conclusion. And there you have it, a captivating comparison of Stoicism to other schools of philosophy. From virtue to emotions, adversity to living in harmony with nature, Stoicism provides a robust framework for navigating life's challenges with wisdom and resilience. Whether it's embracing obstacles, practicing mindfulness, or cultivating moral character, Stoicism offers valuable insights that can empower us to live more fulfilling lives. Remember, philosophy is not simply an intellectual exercise but a practical guide to help us become the best versions of ourselves. So, why not explore different philosophical schools and find the wisdom that resonates with you? Let me know in the comments which philosophy speaks to your heart. Thank you all for joining me today. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more inspiring content. And as always, stay curious, keep learning, and embrace the journey of life with the resilience of a Stoic.